Welcome, geometry students, to class today on this Tuesday, Monday the 8th. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're ready to review your tests and your quizzes today. Let's go ahead and take a quick glance at the schedule for the week. My voice is pretty bad, so you'll probably have to turn the volume up quite a bit to hear me, okay? Here we go. Today, we're going to go over your quiz and your test. Now, let me say this to you, students. We are not going to have this situation come up again where we go over a quiz and a test a week or two later, okay? That's very poor teaching on my part, and I apologize. And I don't care if I have to make brand new tests and quizzes for people who are going to make up a test or a quiz. If that's what I have to do, that's what I'll do. I'm dedicated to working hard and making sure you guys get a good education. But from now on, when you take a quiz or a test, we're going to go over within a day or two, okay? So this will not happen again, and I apologize, but today we're going to go over your test and your quiz. And your test has been quite a while ago, but still, we're going to go over that today, all right? Tomorrow, for those sophomores and freshmen that are left behind, we're going to look at an algebra review. Let me say right now, you juniors that are missing for the Wilds trip, you will have nothing to make up while you're gone. Everything that we do while you're gone, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you will not have to make up, okay? I don't feel like that's fair to do to you. And so, you freshmen and sophomores left over, we're going to do a little algebra review on Tuesday, and we're going to do a little algebra 2 review on Wednesday, and we're going to do a little algebra review on Thursday, okay? So, just some basic review of algebra. It'll be good for you guys. And then Friday, we're going to do half of lesson 2.5, okay? Half of lesson 2.5. However, you juniors might say, well, Mr. Hart, we're going to miss this lesson. What should we do? Well, you're going to get this lesson right here. And by the way, my Mimeopad is dead. I forgot to recharge the battery, so I'm going to be using my mouse. And so it's really hard to write with a mouse. So if it's a little sloppy, that's the reason why. But on Friday, when we cover a half a lesson of 2.5 and you juniors are gone, you're gonna get this lesson on the day that the 10th graders go to the museum, okay? And I can't draw this very well, but anyways, you get the point. So when the sophomores go to the museum next Friday, a week from this Friday, and they're gone, that's when you guys will get this lesson here, okay? So again, you juniors, you have a good trip, have a good time, you have nothing to make up, okay? So today we're going to go over your test and your quiz, and then for the rest of the week we'll do this here, okay? Now, you do owe me some homework, so please get it out now and turn it in. I'm getting quite a few assignments with no name, and we need to stop doing that, okay, guys? So check right now and make sure your name is on your assignment, okay? So check, make sure your name is on your assignment, page 78, these numbers right here, and then go ahead and turn that in now at this time, all right? Let's check out the incompletes real quick. This is the track 1 class. Let's take a look here. If I can get this to work, hold on 1 second, students. If I can spell today. Okay, here we go. All right, now, Jaron or Jaden, one of you two did not put your name on the assignment. And of course, I will trust you guys to be honest and not say it's yours if it's not. But there was one of you turned in a sheet of paper, and Mr. Hamill has it there. I put both of your names on it. I didn't know who it belonged to. So one of you, whoever the assignment belongs to, needs to email me and let me know, and I'll give you credit for this, okay? Now, Brandon, let's see. Listen, guys. Listen. This is Thursday's assignment. Are you guys listening? Page 70 is Thursday's assignment, okay? Either you weren't here Friday to turn it in, which Jordan, I believe you were gone Friday, and Katie, you were gone Friday, so you weren't here to turn this in. Now, Jordan and Katie, you probably have it done. You were here Thursday. You probably did it Thursday night. So if you have it, well, Katie, you weren't here Thursday, but Jordan, you were. And so you might have this done, but go ahead and turn it in if you have it. And then Brandon, I believe you had a golf game, so you wanted a little more time, which is fine, but you still have to turn this in. So be sure and do page 70, these numbers here, and get that turned in, okay? And then Brandon, you must take your quiz by Friday. Jordan, you must take your quiz by Friday. Katie, you must take your quiz by Friday, okay? All right, hope that makes sense. And let's continue on. Okay, incomplete. Let's go ahead and get your test and quiz out. They should have been passed out to you. If they haven't been, then go ahead and just pause the video and then go ahead and pass out your quizzes and tests at this time. I want you to take really good notes. Mr. Hamill, please make sure that if they missed problems, they're taking notes on the ones that they missed. We're going to start with your quizzes first, guys. So go ahead and get your quizzes out. And let's go over your quizzes first, okay? Here we go. All right, number 3. We're only going to go over the ones that were missed, okay? Now, number 3, no one missed 1 and 2. Number 3 is really not too difficult. I mean, if you think about it, we're solving for x, okay? And it says right here the length of AB is 2x plus 4. So really, I could write right here above AB, I could write 2x plus 4. And it says right here the length of BC is 8. So I know this is 8. And then it says this. B is the midpoint of AC. Now, if B is the midpoint, that means B is right in the middle of AC, which means this segment here is equal to or congruent to this segment here. Now, think about that, students. If I told you, I'm just pretending that, well, I'm not going to pretend. If I said BC is 8, you know right away that AB is also 8. Because if B's in the middle, then this length here has to be equal to this length over here. Well, if that's the case, then think about it, guys. Look. Hold on 1 second here, students. If that's the case, then right here, I have 2x plus 4. And BC is 8, so I can take 2x plus 4 and set it equal to 8, because this segment here equals this segment over here. And so if I do that correctly, 2x plus 4 and 8, I will get that equation right there. 2x plus 4 equals 8. Now, hopefully you guys have had at least Algebra 1, if not Algebra 2. And you should know how to solve a simple equation like this. First of all, you would take the positive 4 and you would bring it over and make it a negative 4. So this 4 is totally gone. So it's 2x. Over here you have 8 minus 4, which is 4. So we're left with 2x equals 4. Okay? Now next, to get x by itself, we're going to divide both sides by 2. Your 2's will cancel, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So you're left with x equals 2. Okay, so not too difficult. I mean, once you knew that B was the midpoint, and you knew AB was 2x plus 4, and you knew BC was 8, you could set this equal to this. All right, number 4. Now this one here was not too bad. First of all, you're told that BD is a bisector of ABC. Now students, look, here's ABC. Here's the big angle, ABC. See it? ABC. BD bisects ABC. So what that means is BD cuts the big angle right in half. Now, if BD cuts the angle right in half, and this angle right here with one dot is 20 degrees, then this angle up here would also be what? 20 degrees. Okay? Now think about this for a second, students. Watch this. I'm going to try to trace this top angle without a lot of success. I mean, it's really hard to do with a mouse. Yeah, I don't think I can do it. There we go. Now watch this carefully, guys. Look, if I have this angle here, which is 20 degrees, and this angle here, which is 20 degrees, and I put them together like this, then 20 plus 20 is 40. This whole angle ABC has to be 40 degrees because this angle here is 20 and this angle here is 20, and 20 plus 20 is 40. Okay, I hope that makes sense. It really should. BD is a bisector, so BD cuts ABC in half, okay? All right, number 5. Find the complement of 40. Now, no one should have missed this. No one, guys. If you studied, you know that complement means the two angles have to add up to what? 90. So if one angle is 40, 90 minus 40, the other angle has to be 50, because 50 plus 40 is 90. Number 6, everyone should know that if two angles are supplementary, then they're going to add up to 180. Okay? And so, if these two angles are supposed to add up to 180, and one of them is 120, just subtract out 120, and you're left with 60. And so the supplement would be 60, because 120 plus 60 is 180. Complementary angles add up to 90. Supplementary angles add up to 180. Okay? All right, find the midpoint. Now, a lot of you missed this one. There was no need for you to miss this if you just memorized the formula. Some of you didn't. That's really sad, okay? All that you had to do was memorize this formula. X plus x divided by 2, y plus y divided by 2. Now, if you missed this one, take good notes on it. Find your mistake, okay? Find your mistake and see what you did wrong. Hopefully, on all these problems, you're finding your mistakes and seeing what you did wrong, okay? So with that in mind, here we go. Now, this is my x. And again, I'm using a mouse. It's really hard to draw here. That's my y, that's my x, and that's my y, okay? Now, let's go ahead and make some substitutions. X is at negative 7, x is 3, so negative 7 plus 3. Y is a 3, y is negative 3, so 3 plus negative 3, all over 2. Negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. 3 plus negative 3 is 0. I'll pause for a second while you guys get caught up, okay? So I have negative 4 over 2 and 0 over 2. Now, a negative divided by a positive is a negative, and 0 divided by 2 is going to be 0. So, negative 2, negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2, and 0 over 2 is 0. So there's the midpoint that lies between these 2 points right here, okay? All right, now moving on to your test, okay? Moving on to your test. I'm not going to go over the front page of your test, all of the fill in the blanks, because you have your notes on that, and all that you have to do is look in your notes and find your mistakes. Okay, so I'm not going to do that for you. But number 19, now look, we have this row with a black to the left and white to the right. Then we add this bottom row. Then we add this bottom row. So the next shape is going to be this exact same thing again. Okay, this will be black, this will be black, and this will be black. Then we add another row, and this will be black. And there we go. That's what the next figure would look like, okay? All right, please fix your mistakes and find your mistakes if you missed number 19. All right, moving on to number 21. Now, they want us to find the next two numbers in this series. Well, I see we gone from 1 to 5 to 25 to 125. It looks like we're multiplying by 5. 1 times 5 is 5, times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125. So, times 5 would be 6, 25, and then times 5 would be, let's see, 25, carry your 2. I'm getting 3125, but I did that in my head. Let me grab my calculator and check that real quick. Yes, 3125, okay? So I realized my pattern was multiplying each number by 5 over and over. And so as soon as I realized that, then I just multiplied by 5 and I was fine. Now here it's interesting. I start with 1, and then I have a 1, then a 2, then a 6. So I'm thinking, hold it. The only way to go from 1 to 1 would be to add 0. And that doesn't, not the only way, but one of the ways is to add 0. And that doesn't make sense because I don't keep adding 0. Well, another way to do it would be multiply. So okay, I multiplied 1 times 1, then I multiplied by 2, then I multiplied by 3. Hey, this is working. Then I multiplied by 4 and got 24. Then I took 24 times 5, I got 120. So I'm going to take 120 times 6. And if I do that correctly, I will get 720. Then I'm going to take 720 times 7. And if I do that correctly, I'm going to get 5,040. And you might say, oh, Mr. Arrowhead, I tried and tried. I couldn't find the pattern. Well, that's tough when that happens. And of course, I still have to count the problem wrong. But it just takes practice. Okay, the more you do these, the more you'll sense and figure out the patterns. Okay? Okay, moving on to 23 and 25. Now, I wanted you to write counterexamples. Prove these statements wrong. Prove them wrong. And both of these statements are definitely, obviously wrong. All rectangles with an area of 12 have the same perimeter. So here's how you do a counterexample, students. It's not that hard. I'm going to draw a rectangle and then draw another rectangle. Now, I'm going to say this has a length of 6 and a length of 2. Now, why can I do that? Because it says all rectangles with an area of 12 square feet. So, I'm supposed to have 12 square feet. So if I have a rectangle that measures 6 by 2, that means my area is 12. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put 4 for this length and 3 for this length. So for this rectangle here, the area would also be 12, right? 4 times 3. So notice what I have. I have two rectangles that have the same area, 12 and 12. And it says this, all rectangles with an area of 12 have the same perimeter. Oh, really? Well, let's see if that's true. Let's find the perimeter. We're going to take 6 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2. And you're going to get 24. Now let's come over here. We're going to take 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3. And we're going to get 14. And first of all, hold on one second. I apologize to you. This is totally wrong. It would not be 24. It would be 16. And I apologize. 16. 6 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2. Now, on this rectangle over here, my perimeter would be 14. So look at that, students. I just proved this wrong. 23 says that all rectangles that have an area of 12 will have the same perimeter. And I just proved it wrong. That's a counterexample. I have an area of 12 and an area of 12, but they have two different perimeters. Okay? 24. If the sum of two numbers is positive, then the two numbers must be positive. And that is not true. If I take a positive 4 and add to it a negative 2, I will get out a positive 2. Now, it says if the sum of two numbers is positive, well, this is true. I summed or added my two numbers and I got out a positive number. Okay? So if the sum of two numbers is positive, then the two numbers that you added must be positive. And no, they're not. I have a positive 4 plus negative 2, and I still got out a positive answer. And so, no, that is not correct. Here's a counterexample. This example right here totally disproves number 24. Okay? Let me get a drink here. Now, students, I was decently disappointed with your answers on this. And if you missed these, I hope you'll take really good notes and find your mistakes, okay? name a point that is coplanar with Q and K. So let's highlight Q and K. All right, here's Q, here's N, and here's K. So when it says name a point that's coplanar with plane Q and K, let's get the whole plane figured out. It's going to be this left side over here. Okay, I can't really write well, but it's going to be this left side. So this whole plane over here on this left side is plane Q and K. Now, it says name a point that is coplanar with plane Q and K, or in other words, name a point that lies on that plane. Well, there's only one in this picture, R. I mean, look, here's your left side, right? The only point that's coplanar with Q and K is going to be R. R is definitely on this same plane over here. All right, let's take a look at 25. R points L, M, and N collinear. Do they line up in a straight line? I'm surprised anybody missed this. Here's L, here's M, and here's N. Those 3 points do not line up in a straight line at all, not even close. So the answer would be no, okay? No, and this was R, all right? All right, let's take a look now at number 27. Name 3 segments that contain point P. All right, here's P. So here's one segment, QP. Here's another segment that has P, SP. And here's another one, MP. And so your answers would be segments QP, segments PM, and segments PS. There you go. Those 3 segments are the segments that contain point P. All right. Now, name 4 lines that intersect line NK. Well, here's NK right here. And we're looking for 4 lines that intersect it, okay? Well, look, here's one right there. Here's one right there. Here's one. Goes up and down. And here's one. It goes up and down. All of those points and all of those lines intersect in K. Okay, all of those lines. So I've got line in Q right here. I've got line KR right here. So in Q, KR. I've got one right here. It's in M and one that's KL. And so those 4 lines intersect line NK. All right, NK. Now, number 29, name the intersection of 2 planes. Name the intersection of these 2 planes, plane KLM and QPM. Now listen, we've learned this. I have taught you this. When 2 lines intersect, their intersection is a point. When 2 planes intersect, their intersection is a line, okay? So we have 2 planes that are intersecting. Plane KLM right here and plane QPM right here. So it's the top side and the front side. So what edge do those 2 planes have in common? This edge right here, right there. And so that's their intersection. It would be line in M. Line in M is the intersection of planes KLM and QPM. Okay? All right, moving on to number 30. Is that right? Let's see here. Number 31. Now, I was surprised some of you missed this one, but that's okay. This is pretty simple. If the entire line is 30 and this much is 12, then ST has to be 18, because if you take 12 plus 18, it you'll get the entire length of the segment, which is 30. And so the answer would have to be 18. 18, okay? Okay, moving on to number 32. Now, notice they want us to find the measure of this angle right here. Now think about this, students, please. Look, we have a straight line right here, okay? And off of that straight line we have a ray. Now look, students, anytime you have a straight line, you know the angle is always going to measure how much if it's a straight line. 180, correct? Sure, 180. So, if this straight angle right here is 180, and then I take a line like RT, a ray like RT, and draw it right here, I mean, it's easy to see that these two angles here, this angle with one dot and this angle with two dots, they're going to have to add up to 180 degrees. They're going to have to. And so with that in mind, if this angle is 110, then over here this angle has to be 70. Why? Because 110 plus 70 is 180. And so angle STR has to be 70 degrees. All right, let's try number 33. Number 33. I was very clear on the test, students. I was very clear that 60 is this little angle right here. I was very clear about that the day we went over the test, okay? And 150 is this whole angle. 150 degrees goes from here to here to here. This whole angle is 150. Now, if the whole angle is 150 and this much is 60, then wouldn't this much over here have to be 90? Sure it would, because 90 plus 60 would give me 150. So what's the measure of angle DEF right there? Well, the answer would be 90 degrees. 90 degrees, okay? Because 90 plus 60 is 150. All right? And then last but not least, this one here. Only a couple of you missed this, but I can give three names to this angle. It'd be angle A, B, C. Notice B has to be in the middle for it to be right, or angle C, A, B. Okay? But then one other thing to remember, if it's not confusing, in other words, if you give an angle one letter for a name, that's allowed as long as it's not confusing. By confusing, here's what I mean. If we have this and this, and I had a C here, and I said to you, look at angle C, well, you wouldn't know if I was referring to this angle here or this angle down here. But we don't have that problem up here. It's obvious if I say look at angle B, I'm referring to this angle here. So the other way to write this angle would look like this, angle B. Okay? All right, I hope that's been a help to you. I think that's it. Yep. So listen, students, we're going to have a great week. Let's be ready to work hard all week. Again, we're not going to go over tests and quizzes this late. Again, we will do them very quickly after you take them. And that's basically it. I hope going over these tests and quizzes have helped you. You're welcome to keep your tests and quizzes. You do not need to turn those in. Hope you guys have a good day, and I will talk to you tomorrow for those that will still be here.